a good little tip for you. If you ever want to know how to turn a 400-yard easy stroll into a freaking mile walk, how about this? Leave your shotgun back at the truck. I looked at my clock, I was like, yeah, good job, I'm 30 minutes early. Finally get all my gear together, throw on my jacket because it's cold. It's like 15, 20 mile an hour winds right now, unfortunately. Walk 400 yards in, see where I want to call from, and realize I don't have my shotgun. So I jogged 400 yards back to the truck, and then 400 yards back to my gear. Gotta work through adversity, right? Let's keep going. Alright, so first spot was unsuccessful after the additional 2/3 of a mile that I had to do because I forgot my shotgun at the truck. I got a burn on this side of the road and I'm going to work down in there, and it's also the leeward side of the wind, so hopefully it won't be as bad and I can hear a little bit better. But this burn looks like it was probably this past fall or something like that. It looks like it's fairly fresh, so hopefully there's some turkeys moving into that. With this wind, not hearing anything, haven't heard any gobbles the last week, pretty much. Do some calls, sit for a little bit, see if we get a response. Not seeming to get anything to really fire up this morning, but keep working. Alright, so I gotta calm down a little bit. We finally got a gobble. I just owl hooted, and I just got a gobble. It's at probably 250 to 300 yards. But I gotta be real careful because it's in this burn area. It's really open. Visibility is pretty far. Just gotta watch my steps so I don't break any big sticks. But for the most part, this burn is pretty quiet to walk in. The wind isn't too bad right now, but I know it's supposed to pick up later today. So I need to get this done as soon as possible. So it's going to be even harder to hear any gobbles. I heard a few hen yelps, but that was the last gobble I heard that morning. Shortly afterwards, the wind began to pick up, and I had zero chance of hearing another gobble. I don't think I even caught the strongest part of that wind. That was at least 35 mile an hour wind that just came through here, stirring up all kinds of crap. After a break for lunch, I spent the rest of the afternoon looking for sign so I could develop a game plan for the next day. Alright, good morning. This isn't the best intro here, but I'm running about 10 minutes behind. Thought I was going to be later than this, so it's not too bad, but finally got a bird to gobble twice early morning, and sounded like he was henned up, and he disappeared before I could figure out where he was. Managed to find these two fields, I guess food plots, but the smaller one had one section with just a pile of droppings. So I decided to sit on it late afternoon. I did see one turkey cross about 110, 120 yards from where I was set up, but I don't think they're roosted directly around it. I think they're roosted on some of the ridges over, and then they walk up to this one after the sun comes up. So that's the game plan. Just gonna sit on this food plot and see if anything shows up, because they are just not gobbling a whole lot, unless for some reason they just start lighting up this morning. Alright, so we got one gobble. I got two gobbles. But I'm sitting on this field that I know has a lot of sign. It's got feathers and droppings everywhere. And then hopefully they'll come check this area out sometime. That sounded like a third gobble. That one was further off to my right. So hopefully one of these will come in here sometime during the day. So I've heard at least 10 or 11 gobbles. I think there's 2 toms and 1 jake. Might be 3 toms and 1 jake. I thought about getting up and moving towards some of the gobbles, but nothing responds directly to the call. And I think this is where they moved to, but it's all just a guess. As much as I just want to get up and run after a gobble, hope I can find it again. I'm gonna stick to my game plan and just sit here and wait and hope something comes in. Alright, so there's one that's been gobbling a little bit more. He's gobbled about 4 times in the last 15 minutes. I think he's about 500 yards away. So I'm gonna take a shot. I dropped down about, 150, 200 yards. And of course, complete silence. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Well, there he just gobbled down below me. Let's go in a little closer.
At this point, the toms seemed to ignore any of my calls, and each gobble seemed further and further away. My game plan was to follow the ridge line down into the creek bottom. As long as the toms stayed on the left side, I could conceal my movement by staying below the spine on the right side of the ridge.
Alright, he doesn't sound to be getting any closer. So I'm gonna drop down the other side into this draw. And then move downhill a little bit and come back over, hopefully get in front of him. Well, we got 2 goblins right now. So it sounds like one went quiet and the other one's moving further away. But I'm gonna sit here for another 20, 30 minutes, just in case. But I'm gonna turn my cameras off, save some. Oh, there's one. Sounds like they're moving further away, so I'm gonna turn off my cameras and save some memory card and battery. So, but I'm gonna sit here and wait. Give it at least 35 minutes if I don't hear anything.
This time, I didn't choose a spot to set up. The spot chose me. As I was reaching the end of the ridge, a deer was crossing the creek bottom about 80 yards away from me. I knew if she saw me, she would probably spook and run directly towards the turkeys. And if that happened, my hunt would pretty much be over. So I had no choice but to stop and set up where I was. To make everything just a little bit harder, the battery on one action camera died, and the mount on the tripod of the other action camera broke. So for this shot, I just set the camera straight on the ground and hope for the best. Both toms were now within 120 yards. And there wasn't just one deer in that creek bottom, there were 3 deer. I cut off the next gobbles with some excited hen yelps and immediately realized I was being watched by the mature doe in the group. She continued to stare me down for the next 3 minutes. Those were the last gobbles I heard, and the next 3 minutes felt like 30, as all I could do was sit and wait. Finally, a tiny glimpse of movement caught my eye, coming up the ridge from the other side.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Bird down, baby. Bird down. Bird down. Oh, I did not have much of a window to shoot through. I had 2 birds down here. I had 3 freaking deer. I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but after I shot, one of them ran right towards me, towards the turkey. Oh my gosh. Let's see how far that was. Right about 30 yards. Yes, yes. Second year to turkey hunt. Second time going out by myself, self-filming, and getting a turkey. I'm too excited, I don't even know. Alright, let's see. I meant to show you where I was sitting. He was definitely looking right at me. Oh my gosh. I've worked so hard for this bird. Probably 35, 40 miles on foot. Oh, 4-hour nights over and over. Let's go. I'm gonna calm down. Turn off my cameras for a little bit and just enjoy the... Oh my gosh, dude. I cannot believe I did it again. Everything was worth it. Set up 6 times chasing these birds. Oh my gosh. That was freaking awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking this out. Hope I got more stuff for you in the future.
Like, subscribe, click the notification bell.